Five massive questions that need to be asked before the Premier League starts. I'm going to start with five and then work my way down to one, one being the most important. Question number five. Who will be this season's surprise package? My opinion will be Brentford. I think Brentford are going to get themselves into Europe this season. I think they were very close last season, but the advantage they have this season is all the other teams that are around them that finished above them are now in Europe and might not have the squad depth to challenge in both to the best of their ability. So they're going to have to sort of sacrifice one to do well in the other. And I think most of the Premier League teams are going to prioritise Europe, especially as it's the first time Bournemouth have been in. Sunderland haven't been in for years. These sort of teams don't have massive squads, but have a good squad. So I think Brentford are going to be the surprise package and get themselves into Europe this season. Number four, which of the rebuilt giants will make the biggest leap? Has to be Tottenham. I mean, kind of goes without saying, really, but they finished 17th last season. They're going to be the ones that propel themselves up the table the most. You could argue Chelsea could as well because they finished around 10th or like mid-table. But I think Tottenham are going to get Europe this season, which will mean they're going to jump up like minimum 9 places, which is massive. So I think it has to be Tottenham. I'll be very surprised if it's not. And if it's not, it can only be seen as a pretty poor season on their behalf as well. Number three, can Liverpool bounce back under Andoni Iraola? I think they're going to struggle, to be honest with you. As we sit here at the minute, again, they've not made no massive signings. They've made one or two. They've got rid of some key players. I don't know whether they're going to be able to bounce back or push themselves up the table this season. The way that Iraola plays is different from the way that Arne Slot played. Then players are going to have to get used to it. Iraola is going to be pushing them players real hard. With Europe, all the cups, I think that team's going to struggle. But they might make some more signings. They are in for, looking at a few players. The Barcola situation seems to just be ongoing, but without ever making any sort of headway. So we don't know where we're at with that yet. But do I think they can bounce back? No, not this season. I think they're going to have to. It's going to take them a season or two to get back in, and I'm surprised that they haven't gone a bit big in this transfer window, to be honest with you. Question number two. What does Man City look like after Pep? Well, I mean, we're just off the back of the Community Shield, and the answer is poor. Really poor. That's probably the worst I've seen City play for quite a while. They were nowhere near it. They could have got 1 or 2 goals, but I think that was just because Arsenal were finding it so easy. They sort of took their foot off the gas a little bit. That first half was almost a joke, but they came back into it a bit in the second half. But when Arsenal went 3-0 up, I mean, that's game over from there. They're going to need a quick turnaround, and I don't know if they're going to get that. As we see here at the minute, Rodri is looking at going to Barcelona, and Man City might be looking at Enzo Fernandez again, even though they've missed the artificial window that Chelsea put up to put a bit of pressure on them. Even if they do get rid of Rodri and sign Fernandez, I don't think that solves their centre midfield problem. Arsenal absolutely overrun them in centre midfield in that Community Shield game. And I know it's just a Community Shield game, but that's the midfield that City are going to be running with through the season, unless they get some players in, and they did not look up to it at all. So unless he gets a couple of players in to replace the players that they've lost, I think they're going to struggle as well. By looking at that game, I did initially have them down to go on and win the league in a prediction I did a few weeks ago. They'd just signed Anderson. I thought they were going to kick on and sign a couple more players, but it doesn't look like they are. So what does City look like after Pep? Worse. Who's to say that Man City don't do a Man United after Alex Ferguson left. Like, how do we know? We don't know. They absolutely fell apart and are just getting back to their ways now. I mean, they've done alright a couple of seasons inside that time, but if Man City do what Man United done, I think they're really going to struggle to get back, because Man United are like a global powerhouse. I don't think Man City are quite the same, but that could be argued. And finally, question number 1: can Arsenal retain the Premier League title? If I 2 weeks ago, I would have said no. Well, I did say no. I thought City were going to kick on with some signings, really improve their squad, freshen up the place with Pep gone. But now, I mean, I don't see who else can challenge them. There is no one else apart from City, and City looked terrible. So can the argument even be made for anyone else to win the league? I don't know if you can anymore, because Arsenal have added to their team. I don't see. I think as we sit here now, my prediction has just changed to Arsenal will retain the league this season. I think they're going to be even harder to beat than they was last season. Adding Bruno Guimaraes in has massively helped them out in midfield, because it means that Declan Rice doesn't have to play every minute of every game. You can swap in, swap out. I'm not saying that they're like for like players, but they're both the player that will get in, do the dirty work happily, get the ball, play it to the people that have got the skills like Odegaard, and let the play commence from there. Thank you for listening. If your opinion is different of mine, then just let me know. We'll have a conversation in the comments. But if not, I'll see you in a bit.